Hello there, movie and TV fans, and welcome to the Doctor Who Series 8 review. Now, this is a series that, like I said, I hold near and dear to my heart, as it was one of the earliest series of Doctor Who I ever watched. This was the first series that I watched from every episode at broadcast, and although I did watch it broadcast at the time, I was unaware that the debut episode, as you're about to see on the screen any second now when it says it, was available in cinemas when it first came out, which I would have fucking killed to see. So that's twice I've missed the opportunity to see a Doctor Who episode on the big screen, and I hope that maybe one day the opportunity comes back around again for me to watch a episode of Doctor Who on the big screen. Would be fucking lovely, but you know, we move. Anywho, I just want to address a few things before I get started with this. Now, in terms of the last set of videos that I've just done, the Series 7, the 50th anniversary specials, well, in order of the way they went up on my channel: Adventure in Space and Time Review, the 50th anniversary specials, and the Series 7 Complete Edition. Now, at the time of recording, at 10:20 PM on the 10th of August 2021, I'm about to go live after I've recorded this, but at the time of recording, the Doctor Who Series 7, the Complete Edition review, is currently still processing and exporting, so that's going to go live soon. And the only reason why that's not live now and was not live earlier is because when I uploaded the Doctor Who 5th anniversary specials review video, guess what the BBC decided to do again? Block the video worldwide because I used content that wasn't in actually, in my defense, this time it was in the video, but I wasn't aware it was going to get blocked. And when I checked it to check what content had been blocked, it was simply just titled Press Release 1. Now, in this video, in the video that I was uploading, the 5th anniversary specials review, I had used 3 different trailers. So I now had to do the task of uploading each one individually, with me talking over it, seeing which one got blocked. And I found out that it was the Day of the Doctor one, which meant it wasn't too hard to re-record. I didn't have to re-record the whole fucking thing, because one of them already had. Two of them already had. I had a 50th anniversary trailer already as well that I used for the time and name and time of the Doctor, and all I did simply was open up the Day of the Doctor review on Windows Videos, turn the desktop audio slider all the way up to the top, and I put on OBS, I put the 5th anniversary trailer that I used up on OBS, hit record, hit play on the video, and I just simply recorded the whole 20-minute Day of the Doctor video. Yeah, I recorded the whole Day of the Doctor. I re-recorded it, which is why it may be volume-wise a lower level, and then I re-uploaded it. So I spent most of this day trying to get 3 videos up, one of which isn't even up yet. And then obviously I just got to the point where I started exporting the Series 7 Complete Review, and I said to myself, once I start exporting that, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch Deep Breath, because that fucking episode slaps so fucking hard. And we're going to talk about that now. But yeah, Deep Breath for me is a very special episode. Not only do we have Strax, Vastra, and Jenny again, who are my three my absolute favourite Doctor Who companions. The Paternoster gang are fucking awesome. We have Clara here again as well. We have brand new music by Murray Gold, including the debut of the 11th Doctor's theme, A Good Man. I just said, fuck me, I just said the 11th Doctor. The 12th Doctor's theme, A Good Man. 12th theme is what it's called on Spotify. And that. But, yeah, it's just, for me, I always have loved Deep Breath. I like seeing 12 evolve, 12 come into existence. And I think the ending, too, I think a lot of people have 2 opinions of that ending. The opinion of Matt Smith was only brought in to help to give Peter Capaldi a leg up, or it was just an emotional and intriguing way of helping Clara get to grips with what's going on. And I think personally that it was the second one, not the first one, because I don't think that's needed. Peter Capaldi is already a fantastic actor, was already a fantastic actor before he became the Doctor. Hell, he was even in Doctor Who before this happened, before he was cast as the Doctor. So that says everything it needs to say, really. So I don't think it was done to give Capaldi a leg up, because he didn't fucking need it. He's Peter fucking Capaldi, bro, and he is the thinker in The Suicide Squad, which is out now, by the way. Go see that in cinemas. Shit's fucking lit. Gonna do a review as soon as I've tied up all the Doctor Who shit. Bing bong, biggly bam bom boom. But yeah, I'm not watching any Doctor Who tomorrow, because I'm reuniting with a friend with some of my friends that I haven't properly had a good, fun-filled day out with since pre-lockdown. So I'm meeting up with them. So no Doctor Who watching tomorrow. So this series 8 review is going to take a while, but we're nearly there, boys. We are nearly at the end of the Doctor Who reviews. We've got series 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 to go. I'm never going to do anything on this scale again. The only thing I'm ever going to do that's going to come close to this, in fact, is going to obviously beat this, is if I really feel like I want to push myself to it. Classic Doctor Who reviews, and then obviously Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures at some point. But that's a very distant future thing, as I've got other shows to do, including obviously the new Doom Patrol Season 3 trailer dropped today. I posted it on the second channel. Check that shit out, bruv. In it. Series 13 trailer dropped a while back. I posted that on the second channel too, so go check that out. But yeah, Deep Breath is just a fucking awesome episode, in my opinion. I love Deep Breath. I think it's fucking awesome. The robots and things are cool. One of my favourite scenes is when Clara puts her hand out and then 12 grabs it, and that's sick. And then obviously 12's theme kicks in. Fucking awesome moment. Like I said, Series 8 is a very special series to me. Music-wise, it's not had the most memorable soundtrack, if you ask me. I'm not going to lie. I don't think it had the most impactful soundtrack. Doesn't mean it's a bad one. Mario God's a fucking god, and this is a fact. Yeah, I do like the introduction to the 12th Doctor, and I think seeing the TARDIS redecorated once again, pretty cool. Obviously, this is Stephen Moffat's second Doctor, so I'm sure he knew what he was doing at this point. But yeah, I was just trying to remember the episodes. I'm about 70% sure that the Paternoster Gang don't appear again in Series 8, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, like I said, that's been Deep Breath. Now I want to talk about Series 8. Yeah, I want to talk about Series 8. So we have Deep Breath, which we've just discussed. We have Episode 2 is Into the Dalek, The Robert of Sherwood, Listen, Time Heist, The Caretaker, Kill the Moon, Mummy on the Orient Express, Flatline, In the Forest of the Night, Dark Water, Death in Heaven, which is the main two-parter of this series, and Last Christmas. Now, I think straight away the most alarming thing to notice is that the series has gone from not that, from its usual 13 episodes a series, with the 14th episode being a Christmas special, and in Series 8 it's gone to 12 episodes, with the 13th episode being the Christmas special. So essentially we've lost one episode, which, yeah, that also does mean there is only one two-parter in Series 8. For Series 9, we know that's a two-parter, and that's it. So there is 3 two-parters in Series 9. Magician's Apprentice, which is Familiar, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Is that a two-parter? I'm gonna assume it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Anywho, and then we have the Zygon Invasion, Zygon Inversion, and then we have Heaven Sent and Hellbent. And then we obviously have, after that series, the only special thing about Series 9 is the Husbands of Riversong, Return of Dr. Mysterio. So it's not as special as Series 7 was. But that's the only other thing I can mention bringing up that means of a series being really special and annoying. And obviously that's the case. There's just 2 Christmas specials at the end of Series 9, which I'm going to watch both for Series 9. Fuck off. I don't fucking care. But yeah. That's Deep Breath. That's the start of Series 8. A series I'm very, very happy to be able to start, because for me it's just a fucking fantastic series. And I don't think the only way I can really think of going about describing anything about Series 8 is just, it feels so much different to any of the series that's become before. And I think this because don't get me wrong, but I feel like Series 8 specifically was a series where Doctor Who managed to get a much bigger budget than previously, and that's what makes it so good. And I think Mario God's music, top form here, shit. And yeah, that's just been my review of Doctor Who Series 8 Episode 1 Deep Breath. Coming up nice and shortly when you hear now will be Doctor Who Series 8, Episode 2, Into the Dalek, which is one I remember very, very fondly, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So yeah, that's coming up right about now. Right, welcome back to Doctor Who Series 8 review. We're looking at Series 8, Episode 2, Into the Dalek. Now, as I've said previously, Series 8 is a very special series to me as a person, and that's without a doubt that I'm meaning most of the episodes are really, really good. And this one is without a doubt one of the best ones. And from the start, it's a brilliant episode conceptually, and in reality, it was very well done. And that obviously is Episode 2, Into the Dalek, a very interesting tale that tells you about the Daleks. And well, it's sort of that. I like the idea of, going inside of a Dalek and what was it like to be inside Dalek. My favourite line from this episode, by the way, is when one of the soldiers asks the Doctor, "Are you out of your mind?" And he goes, "No, I'm inside a Dalek." And that's just my favourite entire line from this entire episode. It's fucking hilarious. It may even be my favourite 12th Doctor line. Gotta get used to saying 12th Doctor. Ah! No! By the way, I will be streaming... Oh, fuck off! Fuck off! I will not be streaming fuck off, because that's not a real video fucking game. You need to fucking kill yourself. I will be streaming Die Shovel Knight today. 14th of August 2021. But yeah, I think Into the Dalek is really fun. I think it's really cool. I like to see... one of the better parts of the episode is when when the Doctor asks Clara, "Am I a good man?" I think that's a very... I think this era, and even the previous era, were very well able to balance the comedy with the actual serious moments. And obviously that being a serious moment, it works really quite well. And I think this episode does have the theme you're hearing now in it, but not as much as the previous episode did, Deep Breath. But I just think, like I said, this series is one of my favourites. I love this episode. I think it's one of the best conceptually, one of the best in reality as well. I think it's just such a fun study of the Dalek character. I think it's sick to see, the inside of the Dalek and good Dalek and stuff. And obviously Rusty returns in the finale of the 12th Doctor. Twice upon a time. But yeah, like I said, it's just an absolutely fantastic episode. I thoroughly fucking enjoy it, and I think it's one of the pinnacles of the 12th Doctor era. It's so just well written and so well produced and stuff. The sets are fantastic here. Again, Murray Gold's music is also fucking fantastic. Everyone's on top form performance-wise. Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman are on top form, So it's just fantastic to see, just an episode that's so well written, so well done, so well, great conception and all that stuff. It's just absolutely awesome. And yeah, it's just a really fun episode. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to get a bit not peeved, but I'm starting to get a bit restless at the fact that Doctor Who's still ongoing, and I just want to get it past me now at this point. I obviously still love the show and I love watching it back, but at this point, there are so many other movies and TV shows that I want to sit down and fucking review, and I can't because I'm still doing this. It's really, up in the air, but I may have to actually edit the outro because I don't know if the schedule may end up changing, because obviously previously, before I started the Doctor Who Everywhere series, the reviews were every Saturday, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, but that may change when I go back to college in September, so and it may change to be doing different days, so I might have to do that. But at the moment the outro still says that, because that's the usual plan. I didn't do it for anything else. The usual plan is, the standard plan is to do reviews on those days, but I don't keep these Doctor Who videos to those days, because it's literally near impossible to watch a whole series in one day. It takes 2 days for me to watch the series, and that's only when I get up at 9 o'clock and finish it about 10, 11 at night. So, and then the next day I have like 2 or 3 episodes left to do, so It's just a bit mad at the moment, moving mad in it, bruv. I am recording this on the 14th of August, the day after Free Guys come out. I have not yet seen Free Guy. I'm trying to get the guys to go and see it with me, but they're just fucking ignoring me, which is fantastic. I'm joking, they're not, but... But yeah, like I said, it's a fantastic episode. I generally think Into the Dalek is one of the best episodes of Doctor Who. And yeah, it's just so good next to Deep Breath over there. But yeah, thanks for watching my view of Into the Dalek, and also I am officially vaccinated now, so yeah, first dose. But yeah, thanks for watching my view of Into the Dalek, and up now is my view of Doctor Who Series 8 Episode 3, Robot of Sherwood, not Robert of Sherwood, Robot of Sherwood, come out right about now. Hello, and well, for you it's been literally 10 seconds. For me, since the recording of that previous episode you've just heard, it's been quite a while. To give you just an idea, this is being currently recorded on the 20th of August, and the previous episode was recorded on the 14th of August. So yeah, it's been some time, and in that time a lot of things have gone on between my channels and stuff. I've been really banging out on Twitch a lot. Playing stuff like Quake, Among Us, 12 Minutes, Rocket League, been playing that quite a lot. And obviously I had my first vlog go up on the second channel, the Talk About Funfair, which absolutely slapped. It just went, mad views, mad views. Mad views, man. Mad views. And just at the end of the day, it's been an interesting ride away from it, but we're back with the Doctor Who stuff. But yeah, it's just been a fantastic couple of weeks and stuff, and I'm preparing for the next vlog that is to go up on the, I don't know what time it'll go up at, but at the very latest, I don't quite know yet. But anyway, enough about other stuff to now. Now, obviously, we're at Doctor Who Series 8 Episode 3, Robot of Sherwood, not Robert of Sherwood, which is what I said in the previous thing, but that's not what this is. Now, like I said, Series 8 is a fucking awesome series for me. It's one of my favourites, although I have to admit, listen, I don't remember it too well. But the rest of the series is Time Heist. But we're at Robot of Sherwood, and this is an episode that I think has fantastic set design and script writing here. And I think it's really at that level where the sets are just so fantastic, and it might just be because it's a lot of outdoor sets in this episode opposed to interior ones, but even the interior ones are so fucking well designed, and I think this is a series where the set design really goes to another level. Don't get me wrong, it's been fantastic in Series 7 and 6 and 5, but I think this is a series where the set design takes a whole nother level, and I think it peaks by the end of Series 9. Like I said, I haven't seen 10, but I think here it does it's just fantastic. And but yeah, it's just a series that you know, in a whole, it's a very special series to me, and I think the Robot of Sherwood at the back, like I said, brilliant set design, great acting. Ben Miller as the sheriff, famous British actor check. Ben Miller as the sheriff. It's great to see the egos between the 12th Doctor and Robin Hood is the funniest fucking shit in the world. I just think it's a fantastic episode. I think Robin Hood and that whole concept is really quite cool. Clara's, I have to admit, the clothing in this episode is fantastic as well. Clara's dress, she wears the red, orange one, that's wonderful, it's a beautiful dress. I think, like I said, the 12th Doctor suit is really cool. I have to admit, Robin Hood's costume is really sick. I like his hat, it's quite cool. Like I said, I think this is an episode where the designers of the clothing designers and set designers are really on their top form here, and I think for the rest of the series, that definitely is also an apparent point. But yeah, like I said, it's just a fantastic series all round, and I really enjoy it, and I hope everyone else enjoys seeing it too and stuff. And I just, like I said, this episode is just really fun. Really, to me, I just think, like I said, I like how the Doctor keeps trying to think Robin Hood isn't real. That's really cool. And I just think this episode as a whole is fun. I like the setting of Nottingham in the Sherwood Forest. It's really cool. I think the interior of the TARDIS looks quite good when we see it. I like the castle. The castle set's fantastic, and the castle being a spaceship, that's cool. The golden arrow. I like the archery scene when they're all. That's a very a showing off scene to show off who has the bigger ego, to put it family friendly way. And I think that's really cool. Like I said, the dynamic between the 12th Doctor and Robin Hood is really cool. And yeah, it's just a really fun episode and I enjoy it. And yeah, that's about my review for Doctor Who Series 8 Episode 3, Robot of Sherwood. Obviously I was intending to finish this whole Doctor Who thing by the end of August, but unfortunately that is nowhere near possible. It would have been if I had really had done this episode on the 15th of August instead of waiting 6 days to do the next one. So apologies there. And I don't really know if Animated Movie Month is going to happen. It's either going to be the later half of September or October. But, like I said, I don't think it's happening anytime soon because we've still got 4 series left. And that's excluding the rest of this one. So, but yeah. Comment as my review of Doctor Who Series 8 Episode 4. Listen, coming at you right about now. Right, so, Doctor Who, Series 8, Episode, what is this? Episode 4, Listen. Now, Listen is, I have to admit, the ending is really fucking good, but the rest of it, it's definitely, so far, the weakest episode of Series 8 in my opinion, but that doesn't make it apparently worse. Or bad, really, to be honest. It's just the weakest of this series. Now, obviously, like I said, this series and the next series hold a special place to me personally, because they're series that I fondly remember watching when they were on the television. Back when they didn't drop the entire series on BBC iPlayer and then still showed it weekly like they do now, which is fucking bullshit if you ask me. So it remains to, as they started doing that just as Revolution of the Daleks came out, and obviously Revolution of the Daleks dropped on BBC iPlayer just before it went live on TV and stuff. So it remains to show if they will do that for Series 13. I really hope they don't, because I like tuning into the television once a week, every week, to watch my favourite show, and I don't want to be able to just sit down and binge watch the whole thing. That's a bit fucking boring, not gonna fucking lie. But anyway, back to Listen. It's an episode that, for me, it just feels a bit weird. I think, as a whole, it's still fun, it's still enjoyable, it has interesting subplots in a lot of places. I think the use of Danny Pink is interesting, to say the least. But, yeah, like I said, it's just it's an episode that I personally think is just a bit, I'm very skeptical of this episode. I think it just remains to be told as it definitely is focused on Clara more than anyone else, and that is fine by me. But I also think that it's important to note the importance of the 12th Doctor and the Doctor as a whole towards the end of this episode and its ending as well, which I think the best part of this episode by far is this ending, and I'm not going to deny that because it's true. The ending is fucking awesome. Well, not awesome, it's very wholesome, it's very memes. But yeah, I just think it's a really fun ending. Very wholesome ending, very intriguing ending. And I have to admit, it remains to show where the next episode goes and stuff like that. And I think it's a really, like I said, Series 8 is a special series to me. And as it comes to a close towards the end of it, we'll see more. But yeah, it's just a really fun series. I really enjoy it. I think Listen is just it's an okay episode, to be honest with you. It's definitely the weakest of this series, but I do like the concept. I do think it's kind of sick, and yeah, it's just a really enjoyable damn episode. That's all I can say. And while it definitely is so far the weakest of Series 8, I think there's a lot left to be desired with it, and a lot you can do with it and build it. So yeah, that's my view of Listen, Series 8, Episode 4. Listen, coming up now is my view of Series 8, Episode 5, Time Heist, one I remember very fondly. So yeah, that's coming up right about now. Right, so, Doctor Who, Series 8, Episode 5, Time Heist, not Time Heist even, Episode 5, Time Heist. Now, I just fucking love Time Heist. It's a fantastic episode, although there is a smaller set of characters than a usual episode of this kind of nature. By that I mean there's these episodes where there's a large cast of people along with the Doctor and then the Doctor's companion. There's a group of about 4 to 5 maybe other people, maybe less than that sometimes, but here it's the Doctor and his companion, in this case Clara and the 12th, and then 2 other people. So the right size, but you know, it does its job quite well, and I think it's just a really fantastic episode. Like, I can't deny you, it's so much fun, and to see the 12th Doctor realise the truth at the end is just fucking awesome, and like the whole episode is brilliant. The Teller's a really cool character. I think it's quite cool. It's just interesting to see, you know, the Clara in this episode is fun. 12 is most interesting. The time worm thing is fun. And yeah, it's an overall just a fantastic episode. Definitely one of the better of Series 8. Not that Series 8 is bad at all. They're all quite episodes I very much remember. And there's one for Series 9 that I remember very vividly. But there's a scene in The Mummy on the Orient Express that I fucking love. I can't wait for. And I think if you know Doctor Who, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Time Heist is really fun. Like I said, it's cool to see the Teller. I think the Teller's sick. Not gonna lie. I also think, you know, like I said, production-wise, the show is, at this point is starting to look really good. You know, the sets are fantastic here. The music by Murray Gold is on top form as always. The costumes are also on top form as well. I do like the design of the cyborg thing. That's pretty sick. But you know, it's just an episode really. But it's very enjoyable one, and I really love this episode. I like the concept of a time heist. It's pretty sick. I do like the incorporation of A Good Man 12's theme in this episode. As you can tell, we're nearly halfway through this series, which is sick. But yeah, it's just a really fun episode. I really very much enjoy it. It's not gonna lie, it's a really fun episode, but I can't deny how fun and enjoyable it is. Like I said, it's just a really fun episode, and I think, like I said, 12 and Clara are on top form here. I think, you know, everyone is on top form. The cast is fantastic. It's good to see the dilemmas of both Bobby the cyborg and the other lady whose name I can't remember, and them obviously finding out stuff like, you know, Bobby doesn't have any memory, so the reason why he agreed to do this was to get a memory returning thing, and the other lady did this because whenever she touches someone she takes their form, but there's a thing that can stop that from happening. That's a really cool concept, and I really like that. And I think those two were fleshed out to the best they can in the episode. And I'd quite like to see them come back in some form, but you know, I don't know how it will happen. But overall, it's a really fun episode, not gonna lie, and it's just great. But yeah, that's my thoughts, feelings on episode 5. Coming up now is my Time Heist. Coming up next, my review of episode Series 8, Episode 6, The Caretaker. Not gonna lie, this Doctor Who stuff has been interesting, and we're coming to the end of the journey. almost, but like I said, it's gonna be a rush couple of months and days because I wanted to get this whole series done by the end of the summer holidays, and that's looking like it's not going to happen because, you know, yeah. Anyway, have a coming out with Doctor Who series 8 episode 6, The Caretaker. Bye bye, and not bye bye, but that review's coming up right about now. So yeah, enjoy that review. Yo, it's your boy. Back at it with another video. No, I'm joking. We are here with Doctor Who series 8. Episode 6, The Caretaker. Now, I have to admit, this is a really funky episode. I think it's really fun. I think the villain is very, actually the antagonist is very low-key, and I quite like that, actually. That it's just a single robot thing, and I do like the dilemmas between Clara and the Doctor, and Danny Pink and Clara. Basically, this episode is mostly about Clara dealing with her relationships, on top of the Sklarax Vloxing Flush Longer machine thing. And then I haven't mentioned it thus far because I forgot to, but I do like that throughout this series so far there has been several nods to what would be the finale of this series. Obviously with the first episode, it's the ending where in Deep Breath, the ending where the robot man sees Missy. In other episodes there's been references to the Promised Land, and in this episode it's a bit more in depth of a look at the end where we see a famous British actor whose name I can't remember, but he's a very familiar actor looking guy. We see him talking to the police guy that died in this episode about his death and and then Missy appears. So I like that we've been teasing, which the series tends to do quite a lot of the time in other series. It's like the show tends to do that quite a lot in other series, is teasing the finale per se before it happens, which is, you know, fun. But yeah, like I said, it's just a series that for me, it's not series, this episode is just really fun because it shows the dilemma between the two of them. I think at the same time it opens up a whole new door of... It opens up an interesting dynamic between the three of them, and I think it does something that is played into the rest of the series to an extent, and I think that's fun. But as a whole, I just genuinely enjoy this episode. It's really fun, and I like the Clovax Flixfishlung thingy, whatever the fuck it is. 12 is on top form as always, so is Clara and Danny. And yeah, it's overall, it's nice to see Coal Hill School, because obviously if you don't know, that was first referenced in The Day of the Doctor, I think, that she works at, that Clara works at Coal Hill School, which is in fact a reference to Classic Who, because Coal Hill School was the school that Susan, the Doctor's granddaughter, attended in the very early episodes of, including the very first episode of Doctor Who, and that is in fact the school that both Barbara and Ian teached at. So it would have been nice to have a little Easter egg of posters of them on the wall somewhere in the school's walking fit. That would have been sick, but I guess we didn't. Maybe it was and I didn't spot it. But yeah. But yeah, like I said, it's just a really quite enjoyable episode. Like I said, all of Series 8 is fucking fantastic. Most of it is, well, all of it is, because like I said, huge memories of the series and loving all of it, and I think it's a fucking fantastic series. So yeah, this has been my review of Doctor Who Series 8 Episode 6, The Caretaker. Coming up next is my review of Episode 7, Kill the Moon. Yeah, coming up now. Yo, how's it going, my guys? I'm recording this really quickly because just in the last 5 minutes, the official James Bond 007 Twitter account, along with the E1 Productions and such, have just announced that the world premiere for the newest installment in the James Bond franchise, No Time to Die, will be happening on September 28, 2021. And I'm trying to hopefully be in attendance and all that. So I'm trying to record this quickly so I can keep refreshing the page to see when the ticks go live. So obviously this is episode... Oh, I actually have got no fucking idea. Episode 7, Kill the Moon, is not very... I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like it. I think it's boring in places. I think it's just quite weak, if you ask me. For Series 8, it's a weak episode, not gonna lie. Most of Series 8 is stellar, you know. Deep Breath is fantastic, Into the Dalek is brilliant, Robot of Sherwood is fantastic also. Listen is a bit of a letdown in places, but it's still quite fun. Time Heist is brilliant, The Caretaker's really fantastic too, but Kill the Moon, it really dampens the mood. Although we've only got a few episodes left, it really dampens that mood down to, well, this is not going to end too well, is it? But with Mummy on the Orient Express, which is a fucking fantastic episode of Doctor Who, by the way, one of my favourite segments in it, we'll see to it, and a very talented British actor in it too. We'll see how that goes. But Kill the Moon is just really not for me. It's really boring, I don't like it, and I think it's just a weak episode, honestly. The whole concept of one of the pupils going into space and that is a bit boring. Obviously, the concept of Clara and her pupils going on an adventure is explored more in Forest of the Night, which we'll see in episode 10. But for now, it's a boring episode. I do not like it, and I think it should probably die. But yeah, apart from that, yeah, it's fucking boring, not gonna lie. I just don't like how it's structured. I think it's boring. I think the villain, which isn't even a villain, the egg concept is pretty boring too. It's not the best episode of Peter Capaldi's reign, and I will stand by that statement. I don't think it's that good, and you know, that's what I'm gonna say on that one. But yeah, thank you for watching or listening or this review so far. Hope you're enjoying it. We're now halfway through Series 8, and it's only the 24th of August, so I want to fucking die. But yeah, thanks for watching so for this far into the video, and coming soon, yeah, is the Alton Towers vlog on the second channel. Look forward for that. That's definitely probably going to come out before this video, facts. But yeah, thank you guys, and comment now to my review of Doctor Who is Series 8 episode Series 8 episode 8, Mummy on the Orient Express, coming at you right about now, my guy. Right, so welcome to Doctor Who Series 8 episode 8, Mummy on the Orient Express. And not gonna lie, it is one of my favourites of the series. One I remember very, very fondly, opposed to stuff like Kill the Moon, which, like I said, I have my opinions of Kill the Moon. Go back to that if you're really giving off with a shit. Obviously, now we're past the halfway point. I'm hoping to get this series done by the end of today, the 21st of August 2021. But Mummy on the Orient Express, first off, famous actor check. Actor Frank Skinner portrays Perkins, who is without a doubt one of my favourite characters, if not my single favourite character from this episode. And I wish that Perkins would come back, because he is not dead at the end of this episode. He's very much alive. Perkins is fucking awesome. Big up my man Perkins. And also, like I said, my favourite joke in this episode is where the Doctor sees the mummy, and he goes up to it and he says, "Are you my mummy?" And I was just like, that hits the spot. If you don't know what that is, that's a reference that has been used 2 times previously in the series. Well, once previously, and once the episode. It's a reference that originates from Series 1 with the episode The Empty Child the Doctor Dances, written by Steve Moffat. And you see obviously the Chula and that, and then they convert the mummy into saying, "Are you my mummy?" And then the Doctor references that in Series 4. I think it's either the Sontaran Stratagem or the Poison Sky Boy. He's wearing a gas mask, and he says to one of the corporals, "Are you my mummy?" And obviously this is the most recent time we've seen that in Mummy on the Orient Express, which makes sense because it's a mummy, an actual Egyptian mummy. And he goes, "Are you my mummy?" And it's really funny, and I really think that's a funny joke. But yeah, like I said, there isn't any specific nods towards the finale of this series, Dark Water, Death in Heaven, just yet. At least in this episode. There wasn't the previous one. But we've got, 2 episodes left before that finale. Flatline, and in the Forest of the Night, which obviously Flatline. To be fair, I do remember Flatline quite well. I do remember in the Forest of the Night quite well. But you know, Dark Water, Death in Heaven, the first 12th Doctor cyber story, which is interesting. But yeah, Mummy on the Orient Express overall just a fantastic episode. I fucking love it. I think, like I said, the whole idea of the mummy is cool. The way that the Doctor uses his I should stop doing that. But what I'm trying to say is the Doctor and his selection of the way he uses I'm struggling to think of how to describe it, but The way he not tricks, but tells Clara that he's going to save the lady, then nearly doesn't, but then does, and that sort of dilemma between Clara and 12 at the end is quite fascinating. And also like the dilemma that this is supposedly the 12th Doctor and Clara's last episode, which only last acting together, which at the time you could easily believe that Clara was leaving halfway through the series because the whole series hadn't come out yet, and there was still this many episodes left, so it's an easily possible thing that she leave at that point. It would be a bit weird because she'd only been for half a series previous, but obviously that didn't happen, and she stayed on for the future and she made her decision. But I like that kind of almost that side story. It's fun. Danny Pink appears in this episode for about 5 fucking seconds, but he's still there. I think Danny Pink's quite cool, not gonna lie. But yeah, what can I say? It's an absolutely fantastic episode of Doctor Who. Like I said, Series 8 is very special to me, and so is quite a lot of Series 9, to be honest, as well. I remember Series 9 quite well, which is Familiar Under the Lake. I remember all these episodes. But yeah, it's overall a really fun series, and there is actually 14 episodes in Series 9, because there's obviously the Husbands of Riversong, the 2015 special, and the Return of Doctor Mysterio, the 2016 Christmas special, as there was no series in 2016, which would have been Series 10. But yeah, we're nearly there. We're nearly at the end of Modern Who. I am up in the air whether I actually will watch Series 10. I've not watched it yet. I'm excited to watch it. Obviously the only episode of Series 10 I've seen is Twice Upon a Time. So I'm up in the air whether Stud actually, you know, but yeah, I just want to say so far it's been a very special and interesting journey for me. Obviously Doctor Who's been my favourite TV show, so to sit down and review it like this has been amazingly fun. Also I'll go more in depth on that when we get to the end of Series 12, which is still a haze off. But like I said, I have very specific ways to talk about Series 11 and 12 because I, you know, was there for one of all those episodes, and I love both those series, and I think 13 is very underrated, and she is fantastic. I don't care what anyone else says, it's my opinion, fuck you. But that's been my review of Doctor Who Series 8, Episode 8, Mummy on the Orient Express, and I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't. It's one of the 3 episodes where I can easily say just watch it. If you haven't seen any other episodes of Doctor Who, just watch it. And if there's one series I can recommend to anyone to just sit down and watch out of all these series, then it will be 8 and 9 personally. But yeah, it's been my review of Mummy on the Orient Express. Coming now is my review of Doctor Who Series 8, Episode 9, Flatline, coming at you right about now. Yeah, enjoy. Right, so Doctor Who Series 8, Episode, I think it's 9? Nigel 9? Yeah. Whoa, pardon me. Series 8, Episode 9, Flatline. Now, I think what is quite possibly my favourite part of this episode is the fact that Clara gets to be, well, the Doctor for this episode. That's quite a fun concept that the Doctor's put on the sideline. I think it's a very well written and conceptual episode. I think in reality it worked out really well as well. You know what, I just think it's a fucking fantastic episode. I can't lie, sure that the enemy is not the best, but it also works perfectly in the scenario that we're given with Clara, and like I said, it's just a very well executed episode. It's cool to see Clara, it's cool to see 12 in a state that we wouldn't particularly see him in, which is fun. But yeah, the 12th Doctor's always been an interesting one to me. Obviously I grew up with his first 2 series, but the 3rd series I didn't watch it, so like I said, it'll be a first time viewing for me, and it's gonna be in a couple of days. Hopefully I can get these back onto doing things nice and quickly with these episodes. I am trying my hardest to get them done. But yeah, yeah, it's like I said, Flatline is just a really fun episode. I like the council people, that's really cool. I like one of them is a bit of an a-hole and I don't like him, but I like that concept of using them. I like the concept of the graffiti is the things and all that, and then the scene that they put the one of the systems of the human body on the wall and the skin. That was really an interesting concept that works quite well. There's almost, you could say there's almost body horror in that respect, but also not really. But yeah, like I said, it's just a fantastic episode that is really enjoyable and really fun. I certainly bloody enjoy it. And yeah, it's just a really it's hard to really put a finger on it, but it genuinely is incredibly enjoyable, and I just think it's a fantastic episode. I like to see Clara as a Doctor. That's a fantastic thing to see. 12 at his most vulnerable is the best way to describe it. It's called the shrinking of the TARDIS is sick as well, but that's obviously something you could say that to an extent that was designed to sell the toys of the model TARDIS and different sizes and that, which I'm not going to say that is, because I would feel like that's not what that's. This whole goal of having the smaller TARDIS shrinking is so that Clara can have it in her pocket and the story could progress. That's what I want to say. Is I really hope it wasn't for the express purpose of marketing. I know Stephen Moffat isn't like that, so I imagine it wasn't. But it's just a really, really cool episode. I have to admit, I think Flatline is really fun, and yeah, it's just a really, really enjoyable episode. I can't lie. It's really fun, and yeah, it's a really fun episode, and I do recommend. Like I said, I will always recommend Series 8 because it's fucking fantastic. And yeah, but yeah, it's just a really enjoyable episode. I can't lie to you. I just can't lie to you. It's fucking fantastic, and I would highly recommend that you watch the whole of Series 8. It's a fantastic series. The 12th Doctor's fun, and I can't lie to you. It's Flatline is just really a fun conceptual episode, and I can't wait to see more of it. But yeah, it's just really fun. And I just can't lie to you. It's a really fun episode. Yeah, it's just brilliant. I can't lie. It's fucking fantastic. And yeah, like I said, I highly recommend it. Go watch it. It's a fantastic episode. It's good. It's my favourite part of it is Clara being the Doctor. But yeah, this has been my review of Doctor Who Series 8, Episode 9 Flatline. Coming up now is my review of Doctor Who Series 10. Series 8, Episode 10 in the Forest of the Night. Coming at you right about now. So yeah, enjoy. First of all, obviously this is Series 8, Episode... For fuck's sake, I forgot what it was. Series 8, Episode 10 in the Forest of the Night. But I just want to get something off the bat. I just want to apologise for starting to sound like a broken record at this point with this review, and maybe even previous reviews at the same time. But I just feel, as if I'm sounding like a broken record. I'm saying the same thing, so I want to try and change things up a bit. Now, obviously this is the episode where the Forest takes over London. Now, I think as a whole, the concept of the Forest is really cool. I think to see Maeve and the Doctor interacting in the way they do, and to see that whole almost plot line with Maeve is interesting and quite well structured as well. Obviously we see Missy appear at the end of this episode for a brief segment, obviously, which leads us directly into the finale, which is next. Clara and Danny Pink's relationship is lovely. It has a lovely section here to that. I do like the Forest concept and all that stuff, and I think it's very well executed in this specific episode. I like to see the Doctor with Clara's class and that kind of thing is quite cool as well. And I just overall think the episode is conceptually fantastic, and the ending's quite fun as well. And you know, conceptually, it's a pretty fantastic episode, and I can't really just put it into, not really, it's one of those episodes where for me I just feel like there could have been a few things better about it, but it's definitely one of those episodes that has more of a, not political, but less, there isn't a villain, there's just a message in it, and I like that kind of episode. And I like seeing obviously the whole with the trees in this episode. That's a fantastic concept that's really well executed here, and I think it just lends itself to that niceness of having a message to it, opposed to there's a big bad, let's have a Doctor do the speech and defeat the big bad. There's just an overall message of be kind to the trees because the trees are helpful, and I really quite like that message as a whole. And I think it's well pushed forward here, and all the characters are fantastic. To see the whole class is pretty an interesting concept that I think works well. Like I said, Series 8 has been very special to me, so is Series 9. I'll probably talk more about how special Series 8 to me when we get to Last Christmas and such. But yeah, we're obviously approaching the series finale now. The next episode is the start of the series finale. Episodes 11 and 12 are Darkwater and Death in Heaven, the two-part epic finale of Series 8, which I have to admit, the finale has always been a top-tier moment of most of the series. Not all of them, most of them, and this is no exception. But yeah, I hope that is a better presented view of this episode, in my opinion, opposed to the sound like a broken record of the previous ones. And I will try to continue to portray my thoughts in this way, opposed to, I think this is cool, I really think the episode's really fun, and I'm a fucking idiot, like that. Not like that, but the way I just portrayed it, not then, you know what I mean, the way this section has been structured, where I've gone into in depth with certain points and stuff, and I hope that was structured better, and I will continue to structure my thoughts and feelings in that way for as much as possible. And I ain't gonna lie, I like I said, this Doctor Who stuff is really starting to not bother me, but because I love the show and I love rewatching it. But it wouldn't be a problem if I was just sat down rewatching and not talking about reviews wise. It would just not bother me. But because I want to do more reviews, there's so many shows and movies that I want to talk about, and I want to expand my portfolio on this channel. And at the moment, the last 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 fucking videos have been Doctor Who stuff, and there were so many things I want to talk about. Black Widow, Escape Room, Monsters at Work, Doom Patrol, Harley Quinn, What If, Loki, all these things I haven't had a chance to talk about yet, man, like Moby, all these movies I haven't had a chance to talk about, Shaft, that kind of stuff, Snowpiercer, Incredible 2, Stuber, Jumanji, Deadpool, all this stuff I want to talk about that I can't because I'm being restrained by this Doctor Who thing, and I can't lift the restraint up until the ride has come to I'm sorry, this is a terrible thing I can manage, but basically I started this ride and I put the restraint in, and it's been locked since, and the ride has not yet concluded. It's still going. We're nearing the end of our ride here on the Doctor Who roller coaster, but we're not quite there yet, and the restraint has to remain locked until the ride comes to a complete stop. We haven't come to a complete stop yet. But if I lift up the restraint now, I'm going to fall and die. I don't want to do that. But yeah, we're now about to enter the finale, Doctor Who Series 8, Episode 11, Darkwater, coming at you now. The review is coming at you right about now, and I hope you enjoyed this slightly different structure for my review of Forest of the Night. And I'm going to try and be a bit more like that in this episode. But yeah, that's my review of Forest of the Dead. Now it's Darkwater coming at you right about now. Doctor Who Series 8, Episode, I think it's 11. Yeah, 11. Darkwater. Now, what I like about Darkwater is the slow reveal of the Cybermen, the use of the Cybermen theme in several parts, including when one of my favourite things is if you look at a Cyberman, they have the eyes, and then they have this extra almost tear built into the suit stuff. And there's a scene in this episode where the doors close, and obviously the doors have the two eyes and the thing, and the Cybermen theme cue plays, and I think that's fantastic. And the slow reveal of them being Cybermen, I think a lot of people guessed it when I think the Doctor said, not the Doctor but Dr. Chiang said that they're hidden in a exoskeleton. That's definitely something that I think a lot of people guessed that it was Cybermen at that point. But I love the Cybermen being back. I love the new Cyber designs, they're fantastic. I think, you know, that slow reveal of the Cybermen, and then that reveal that Missy is in fact the Master. You know, we've been seeing Missy throughout this entire series and in several different episodes, including Deep Breath. I think Into the Dalek as well. She might have been into Dalek, not 100% sure. She was in Time Heist as well. I think I'm not 100% sure, and in Caretaker. But like I said, she's been popping in and out the series like most cliffhangers and most things for the end of the series do, and that's cool. You know, obviously the whole beginning of this episode with Danny Pink's death is obviously it's a way to see Clara very differently than we usually see her. I think her threatening the Doctor is very interesting and it's a very sinister moment, but obviously the Doctor's always going to one-up her, and the way he did it in this episode is really quite cool. I'm not going to lie to you, it's pretty fantastic the way he does that. And then Clara mopes for a bit, and then the Doctor calls, and then all that happens. But you know, like I said, it's really cool to see the Cybermen back in this way. It's great that he has a proper the 12th Doctor has a proper two-parter dedicated to the Cybermen, because he hasn't had a two-parter dedicated to the Daleks yet, but that would come in Series 9 with the opener. But yeah, it just occurs to me that obviously, unlike the 12th Doctor, who had the Daleks and the Cybermen introduced in his first series, there are actually no returning monsters in the first series of the 12th Doctor at all, except for in Resolution, the final episode of Series 11, with a single Dalek. And the same can be said for most of Series 12, but there are a few episodes where Future the Judoon also obviously has the Judoon in it, and the Ascension of the Cybermen obviously has the Cybermen and the Timeless Children in it, and obviously Spyfall Part 1 and Part 2, and the Ascension of the Cybermen and the Timeless Children both have Sacha Dhawan's Master in it, so... But yeah, it's interesting that both Masters use both Missy and Sacha Dhawan's Master use the Cybermen in their early episodes in both series, which is interesting to me. But yeah, like I said, Dark Water's a very, very good episode, I can't lie. And like I said, it's cool to see the Darks being introduced in the way they are. The opening with Danny Pink dying and Clara being very emotional, and the ending and the stuff to do with the afterlife and Danny being in the afterlife and him wanting to delete himself and be converted into a Cyberman. That's really quite cool as well. It was very well done. And just the whole concept of Cybermen being created from dead bodies is really quite cool, and obviously we'll find in Death and Heaven that there's a lot of callbacks to one specific previous character. I'm not going to spoil that because we're not, there yet, but I want to just say that there's a callback to a character that also gets a callback in Twice Upon a Time in a lovely clip. But yeah, it's just fantastic to see those kind of things, and Dark Water's a fantastically fun episode, I can't lie to you. It's one of the better two-parters and the better finale of this series. I think the series finale for this series is fantastic, as they always will be. And as a two-parter where there isn't any two-parters in Series 8, which is interesting. So as the single two-parter, it's interesting. But yeah, like I said, Dark Water's just lots of fun. I like the Cybermen. Missy's cool. Missy's really quite jazzy in that, and I quite like Missy as the Master. She's pretty good. Obviously, it's good to see two Scottish actors portraying these two, the Doctor and the Master, because both, obviously, I don't know if it's known, but Peter Capaldi is obviously Scottish, as mentioned several times. But Missy, the actor who plays Missy, whose name fucking escapes me, and it's pissing me off. Michelle Gomez, that's it. Michelle Gomez is Scottish as well. She was born in Glasgow, and she's also going to be in the upcoming Doom Patrol Season 3. But yeah, But yeah, like I said, it's just really an overall fantastic episode. Sorry about that pause there, I was just thinking. But yeah, it's just a fantastic episode. Series 8 has been fantastic so far. Obviously, we'll get more in depth with that when we get to Last Christmas, and obviously be more in depth in this journey with new Doctor Who as a whole when we get to Revolution of the Daleks, which is one I own on the Blu-rays. So I might watch the Blu-ray print on my own, but you know, we'll get to it. Obviously, another thing I want to note out is that in terms of home releases for the Doctor Who series, there is currently only one series annual episode that has been released on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, and that is Twice Upon a Time, all the way back in 2017. So everything else is Bloom and Boomerang, but I have to admit 4K looks fantastic, especially I've got the Spyfall 4K, which peng. But but yeah, this is my review of Doctor Who Series 8 Episode 11. Dark Water coming now is my review of Episode 12 and the final part of the two-part finale, Death in Heaven, coming at you right about now. Yeah, enjoy it. Right, so Doctor Who Series 8 Episode motherfucking, I think it's 12, 11, something like that, I believe. I'm gonna say 12, Death in Heaven. Now, this episode has a lot of interesting nods to one of the better characters, you know, in the history of Doctor Who, one of the more integral parts of classic Who, and, you know, someone who is often referenced during the 12th Doctor's time, and it starts here, and that is, of course, the Brigadier, who there's a picture of him up on the plane, and, of course, he makes a sweet appearance at the end with, I believe, don't quote me, but I believe the first time we hear the Brigadier, it might have been in that 12th Doctor episode, 11th Doctor episode where he was mentioned, but we do hear the Brigadier's theme, which is fucking awesome. It's just really great to see him in those moments in the end where obviously, because there's a part in this episode where Kate mentions that it was the Brigadier's dream to have him, you know, to have the Doctor salute at him, and I think that's really fun. I think to see that finally happen at the end is quite cool. Obviously, it's great to see Kate left with Stuart, and of course, my favourite, Hugo Osgood, back in an episode as well. It's pretty sick, although Osgood does actually die, but she comes back in another episode as she's in Series 9. But Kate does survive, so yeah, fun fact. Like I said, Missy is fantastic, and Michelle Gomez does a fantastic job portraying Missy. The whole thing with Danny Pink being a Cyberman is fantastically done here. I think it's really good. Yeah, so the ending's sweet and Solomon, and I do like to see the Doctor's rage at the end where he smashes the control panel and stuff after Missy lies to him about where Gallifrey is. I think that's one of the better moments of this episode, and also the same goes for the actual ending where both the Doctor and Clara lie to each other, and then they hug, and then the Doctor says it's a way to hide your face, and obviously because they both lied, because Clara said that Danny was okay when we know that's not true, and then the Doctor told Clara that he found Gallifrey when we know that's true, because we're shown that he doesn't find Gallifrey, and we're showing him fucking smashing the control thing up, which is really cool to see. And like I said, it's a great finale and ending to Series 8. Obviously, we do have Last Christmas left, which is epically teased at the end of this episode where Nick Frost comes in as Father Christmas. And yeah, like I said, it's a great wrap up to this series. I think, you know, having the Doctor as the president of Earth is quite something. But yeah, it's just an overall brilliant episode, a great two-part and a great finale to a series that I think is just fantastic. And yeah, it's brilliant. This has been my review of Doctor Who Series 8 Episode 12, Death in Heaven. Right now is my review of the final part of Doctor Who Series 8, Last Christmas Special 2014. That's coming at your screens right about now. And yeah, bye-bye. Right, so we've officially reached the end of Doctor Who Series 8 with Last Christmas. I'm not going to lie to you, it's not my favourite Christmas special, and the wackiness at the end where they end up being asleep about 3 to 4 times it is a Stephen Moffat wackiness level, and I kind of admire it being that wacky. But, you know, at the end of the day, I still think it's a fun episode. Nick Frost, famous British actor check, Nick Frost as Father Christmas is pretty cool, and the elves are funny at moments as well. And yeah, it's just like I said, the episode is not the worst, but I think conceptually there could be more put into it. It's written quite well. It's nice to see Danny Pink in some sort of afterlife, not afterlife, but in a dream, which is kind of sick to see him there and that. Yeah, like I said, it's an all-round episode that I think is quite fun. It's definitely enjoyable Christmas special. In the Christmas specials selection, it is definitely on the weaker side, but like I said, the next Christmas special for the end of Series 9 is literally one of the best. It's up there with the Christmas Carol for being one of the best Christmas specials, and I think it genuinely is my favourite Christmas special, personally, out of all of them. Maybe Twice Upon a Time is a bit closer, and to be fair, The Runaway Bride is also funny. But yeah, it's just like, it's a fairly competent episode, does the job. I also, in between recording this review and the last one you heard, I did have to, obviously, I posted onto it about it, but I'm really pissed off that now I have to upload, if the series has 2 trailers, I have to upload at least both of them, or one of them, to make sure it doesn't get blocked, because obviously I've had that previous time where I didn't do that, because I didn't think I'd have to do that, and the video got blocked for having a trailer in it. So I just uploaded the 2 Series 9 trailers and saw which one got blocked, and it was this first, the Series 9 trailer 1 that got blocked. So I'm going to be using Series 9 trailer 2. Obviously, with the trailer for this one, I nabbed it off of someone who edited it, so big ups. Now I can't remember the name or where I got it from, but because the Series 8 trailer got blocked, both of them got blocked, so I had to nab this lovely trailer. But yeah, now we're going to talk about Series 8, because Last Christmas is there. To be fair, Deep Breath, let's just, first of all, we'll have rankings and ratings, and then I'll just talk a little bit in depth about my feelings of each episode. So, Deep Breath is a 10, Into the Dalek is also a 10, Robot of Sherwood, I want to give that a 10 as well, because I really enjoyed that. Listen, that's a 6, not going to lie. Time Heist is also a 10 for me. Caretaker, that's a 10 too. Kill the Moon, that's a 6. Mario and the Orient Express is a 10. Flatline is a 9. In the Forest of the Night is also a 9. And Dark Water and Death in Heaven are both 10s. And Last Christmas is a 7.5. So, you know, like I said, obviously, it's important to get this across that I am very biased towards Series 8, because obviously it's a series that I first saw, you know, upon airing, and Peter Capaldi and the 12th Doctor should be a bit more special to me for that reason. And I mean, I just think 11's cooler, and 13's a bit also quite special to me, but 12 is my third favourite Doctor, if that means anything to anyone. I don't think it does, but he's up there. To be fair, I could probably tie those 11, 12 and 13, to be honest. I could tie them for top spot, genuinely, but I do think 11's superiority. But like I said, Series 8 is a very special one to me, and all the episodes are in some way remind me of when I watch it and stuff. It's particularly episodes like Into the Dalek, Mario and the Orient Express, Time Heist and the Caretaker, as well as Dark Water, Death in Heaven, and to an extent Last Christmas. But ones I don't remember too much about, really going back and watching them, basically just Kill the Moon. Wasn't that good, but overall with Series 8, it's getting a 10 from me because it's so special, and you know, it's just been a very enjoyable series for me to sit down and review. Obviously, we're now coming into the first series of Peter Capaldi's 12th Doctor, and you know, with 4 series left, including, you know, the following coming up one, with 4 series left to go, and when Series 11 comes around, although albeit it's only 10 episodes, it's 10 1-hour long episodes opposed to 13 45 minute long episodes, which is what I would genuinely prefer. But you know, as we go along, we'll talk about that stuff, and also, like I said, I can't wait to get to the 13th Doctor, but we've still got 2 more series of the 12th Doctor. I'm even genuinely contemplating just not doing Series 10, but I feel like that would just, you know, that this is an opportunity for me to talk about Series 10 completely fresh, because every other series 1 through 9 and 11 and 12, I've seen at least, or minimum twice for all of them, minimum twice, 3 times for some of them, 4 times for some of them. I've seen Series 12 twice, I've seen Series 11 I think 3 times, but the others I've seen about 4 to 5 times. So, but for Series 10, it's a chance for me to review it as fresh, because a lot of the movies I've talked about, there's a few. I think Spiral is one that comes to my mind quite immediately as well. There's a few movies that I've reviewed that I hadn't seen before reviewing it. I think mainly that is genuinely just Spiral from the Book of Saw, but I think there's another one, I can't quite remember. I'm just trying to think. I don't think, no, there really wasn't. I've seen every other movie that I've reviewed at least once, so it really has just been Spiral where I watched it for the first time and reviewed it. So, you know, that's one of my more favourite reviews on the channel. But obviously this will be the first time I've been doing a series review where I can genuinely say that I have not seen any of the episodes of the series. The only exception to that is I have seen the Christmas special for that series, and that was Twice Upon a Time, the finale for your boy, the 12th Doctor. But yeah, like I said, I'm very much looking forward to Series 10, as this sort of... It's been a series I've been wanting to watch for a while, but I've been waiting for the right time to watch it, because then after that point I would have seen all of Modern Who, and I've been waiting for the right moment to watch it, and I feel like this is the right moment to review Way, although I would like to watch it, once before without having to consider reviewing it. But I suppose I could do that after I've reviewed it. That would be the best protocol. But yeah, thanks for watching the Doctor Who Series 8 review. It's been a pleasure reviewing Series 8, as it's very special for me, and so is Series 9. Like I said, a lot of the episodes are fantastic. Missy, really cool character. Perkins from Mario and the Orient Express, fantastic character. It's cool to see Osgood again in Death in Heaven, although, albeit short-lived, but then she comes back in Series 9, so I suppose that's not, interesting. Clara's development for this series has been fantastic. 12, I instantly got enjoyment out of seeing him being him, and especially in episodes like Into the Dalek, where one of my favourite lines from this whole series, where 12 goes, "This is Clara, she's my," and then Clara goes, "Carer," and then 12 goes, "Yeah, she's my carer, she cares, so I don't have to," and I think that's just hilarious. But yeah, it's been my Series 8 review, and yeah, bye for now.